Hi everyone, my name is Nancy and this is my knitting podcast. Greetings from the future. I just finished to edit this video and believe me, I struggled a lot because of my English in it. I didn't practice it for 2.5 years. I'm from Ukraine and I'm live in Poland, so there is several languages in my head on the daily basis. I promise it will be getting better with time. I won't be so uptight or so shy or so slow. I hope this time will pass and my podcast will be better. But now it's the situation that it is. Every knitting podcast, we will chat about my works in progress and about my plans for knitting, featuring my newest yarn. You will hear about honey cardigan, Hadley sweater, Sandnes garden yarn stash that I have, and some of my knitting plans for the spring and summer. So let's get into it. As I mentioned, I have two things on my needles right now, and both of them are coming from these two beauties. This is the book Knit This by Kitova Kika. You saw her on YouTube, I'm pretty sure. And this is the magazine from Sandnes Garden. Such a beautiful color, yeah? Let's talk about this first. I should commit that main reason why I bought this book was its design, because it's such a beautifully published book. You can say that Veronika, as a photographer, made a great work with this book. All pictures are stunning and designed by itself with this different color paper and small details is just my favorite. It's such a pleasure to have this book and to knit something from it. Book by itself is consisting of the lots of beginner-friendly knits and some of techniques that you need for the knitting, the patterns from this book. And look at that cat. Cat is precious. But frankly saying, my favorite knit from the book is this honey cardigan. And this is what I'm working on right now. Let me show you. This is it. About the design itself, it's great cut. I really appreciate the yarn that Veronika chose. It's a brushed alpaca, the melody yarn from the drops. Very pleasant color, truly the honey color yellow, and the yarn is really fluffy and squishy, and I like the fabric that comes from it. It's such a great yarn to work, but not unravel. If you're interested in fashion, you may have noticed that lately those type of cardigans is really into the fashion. This 60-70 cut, little shorter waist. Somehow it reminded me of Chanel blazer, and as it's popular right now, it's a great opportunity to make it by yourself. Imagine to knit it in some kind of boucle yarn. And let me say, I'm not a particularly fast knitter, and I'm working on this project for more than a month, and actually that's a lot, well, not a lot, but that's the longer time that I was knitting something. Before that, I have knitted 2 sweaters for myself using petite knit pattern, and one for my daughter. So I have this feeling of time when we're talking about the sweater work, bigger work. So I guess I'm procrastinating a little bit with this one, and hopefully I manage to finish it before the spring hits us and it become too hot outside to wear it. So honey cardigan is a drop shoulder cardigan. As you can see, the body parts was already knitted and sewn together, but the cardigan is working like flat from bottom up. So the reason of this kind of situation, because I do really like to knit in circles. So I decided that I'm just going to pick up stitches in the armhole and knit the sleeve in circles on my short rounded needle. And I have knitted one sleeve. And this one is what I'm stuck on. By the way, I still enjoyed to sewing together, and I think that was like first time for me, and it's come very smoothly and looks professional, may I say. I'm really glad that I choose this cardigan because I like it in terms of how it looks like, but there is some minor or not mistakes in the pattern which make me struggle a little bit. Let me told you about it, so you should be aware. I'm working in a size XL, and due to the pattern I need to pick up 75 stitches from the armhole, which is around 52 centimeters. That's too big for me. Like, I'm not the skinny girl at all, but my arms in the biggest parts of it doesn't measure 50 centimeters. It was too big. I have picked the needed amount of stitches and worked like 50 or 20 centimeters. I even tried to decrease because I thought that maybe it will help me a little bit. Spoiler, no, it haven't, and I decided that the second sleeve I will try to do as S size requires. So I picked up stitches for, I guess, the measurement of 40 centimeters, and as you can see on this clip, the new sleeve was way better than the first one, because that sleeve was so disproportionately bigger to the bodies, and with that short body it looked kind of off, and I didn't like it at all. In the Veronica's version, the sleeves is on tighter side, so I guess that was a better decision for me to make these alterations. I hope that all of knitters that will work with this pattern will pay attention on the measurements, because let me say, the unraveling brush alpaca is such a pain in the ass, and I really didn't want to do this. That's why I picked another sleeve and managed to finish it, and only after that I was able to unravel the older one, and now I'm on this stage. And you know, the lots of knitters do not particularly love to work in a half fisherman rib, because it's getting like forever to knit something. You do have that feeling that you are knitting and nothing is going on. And I haven't this experience with the bodies parts, but I totally get it when I come to the sleeves. Yes, it's kind of hard for me right now, and the whole thing is stopped. And I don't even mention that I need to pick up stitches for the button panels and for the collar, so I'm a little bit stuck. wish me luck with that. Also, I should address the confusing yardage that I found in this pattern because due to the book, to need this cardigan in my XL size, I should have something around 13 skeins of yarn, and as you can see, I'm on the finish line, and for all of this I used only 5 skeins of yarn, and this guy is my 6th. So there's totally something wrong with the calculations of the yarn, because I have half of my yardage for this cardigan available right now. I don't know, will I make another sweater, or maybe I will need a matching cardigan for my little daughter, so we can be matchy. That could be fun. This is it for the honey cardigan. Next we will talk about Hadley sweater. From this magazine I've choose this sweater named the Hadley sweater. It's a drop shoulder model as well, a little bit cropped, boxy fitting, so I can say it's a contemporary piece. And I even got the recommended yarn, which is Sandnes Garn Pirgint Marzipan Tutti Frutti. This is street yarn with colorful specks, but I skipped the adding a mohair string into it. And you know, it works quite well without the mohair. It's going much faster than my cardigan, and I was planning to film this video so long ago that when I started filming process, I just picked up the stitches and worked for maybe several centimeters, and now I already finished the yoke. I really like how this fabric is looking right now, but when I firstly saw the yarn, I was concerned. I thought maybe it will washing me off because of this marzipan beigey gray, but now I think it suits me a lot. I needed Oslo sweater by Petit Knit before, and I choose, I guess, a little bit wrong yarn, or may I say wrong yarn color. I chose the caramel color, and I guess it's not looking good on me because that color is a little bit too warm, and it's not playing good with my hair color. But this one is colder, and I'm happy how it looks like right now. I can show you the fabric, which is this marzipan color with those green, yellow, red and blue specks, and it's quite interesting looking. Actually, I have spotted something similar in H&M premium section. The sweater is like bluish lavender color. Sandnes Garn have Tutti Frutti tweed in the very similar bluish color, so I guess you can make this mass market dupe, but probably the Sandnes Garn yarn will be more expensive for you. So about the yarn, I heard that it's very durable and it can be worn like for ages, and I'm just wondering, will it get softer after blocking and with time of me wearing it? I hope so, because it's not the softest, it's not itchy for my liking, but it's a little bit rough, I guess. Let's talk about the pattern. As I mentioned, it's drop shoulder sweater, so the shaping of the back was using German short rows technique, and I guess it's not my favorite technique. The deal is you need to pick up all the stitches that you need for your back, and then you are starting from the neckline, making rounds back and forth till you have this trapezoid shape. And with using German short rows, you will have that kinds of bumps. I'm not sure if I like it, or will they straighten after the blocking, maybe a little bit. I'm saying this because earlier with the Oslo sweater by Petit Knit, I used not German short rows but the increasing for the same shape. So due to Petit Knit, you are picking up stitches for your collar, and then you work increasing till you have the same shape. And that was easier for me and then left the bumps. I also really like this detail near the collar. You know, it's very satisfying when the stitches laying that way and complements the shape. So with that saying, I guess it's it in terms of my work in progress projects, and now we will talk about my plans and acquisitions. I found this Polish store named Między Trutami that selling well, majority of Sandnes garn yarn, and it's hard for me to stop buying Sandnes garn yarn. It's such a beautiful yarn. The beautiful design and the color range is just stunning. All of the subtle colors as well as the bright pinks, yellow, cobalt blue, lilac, it's so on point, and I'm so happy to discover this yarn. It's not a secret yarn because all of the biggest knitters and influencers are using this, and there's good reasons for it. So I have the Burgundy yarn in color 10-12. It's that creamy yarn which will very suit me, I believe. But I bought only 4 skeins of it, just, you know, to try how it will look like. And obviously I didn't cast on anything with it, but I have this Louvre sweater in mind by Petit Knit. Frankly saying, this spring is coming such quick in our country that I guess no point to cast on another sweater, but this will be, I guess, my plans for the end of the summer or something, or maybe just if I will be bored with another project, I just will switch to this one because it's something that familiar and safe to knit. And yes, I do love Petit Knit's patterns, as a lot of us, because they written very nice, and the video instruction is just great idea, because sometimes when I read the instruction in the pattern, I just cannot imagine how will it look like the process of picking stitches or something. And as a beginner, my first bigger project was using her patterns, and I will recommend this to all the beginners because it's really great. And also about the design, like small things, but I love the great design, and I do really love that this label has its like knitting stitches, you see, and purl stitches. Such a great detail, no? Another yarn from Sandnes garn that I have is this awesome pink, candy pink color, which is 4626. It's borsted alpaca yarn. It's really squishy. It reminds me that Melody yarn from the drops, but the color range is so incredible. You have this pink, you have the orangey red color, the lavender color, this jelly bean green color, the cobalt blue, and also like more neutral color in this type of yarn. But with this one I'm planning to do the summer knit. I'm aware that it's not a very appropriate yarn for the summer, but I saw that this kind of yarn, Miu Miu bralette, which is a cropped bralette with the button trim and big gold buttons, again this 60-70 style, and I just thought that it will be such a staple piece. Even if I won't be wearing it, I just can leave it like in my room and make it like the art piece or something, because it looks really great on the model. So now I'm just wondering how should I knit it, because I don't know, should I knit it as plain bralette and just add this faux trim with the buttons, or should I make it able to open? I don't know, will it make any sense? And will I open it ever? But that's something to think about. And I guess this could be my next project, because I know it will be quite fast knitting project, and maybe I will record my process. So stay with me. So this was my plans for this yarn in the color 4626. Also I get double Sunday yarn in the same color, but there is difference between them. This one is much more mauvey and not so in your eyes pink as the borsted alpaca, and as my liking. Well, it's still gorgeous, but I thought it will be much more, if you know what I'm talking about. And I bought only one skein of it. I'm not sure what I will be knitting with it, because obviously the beanies isn't on my table right now. I don't see a lot of sense in it. I have bought the pattern from another Polish creator. Her profile name is Handmade State of Mind, if I'm not mistaken. She releases this sleepover knitted in 5 and 3 rib, so you have this stripes made by pattern, not the color, and she created that in knitting for olive greeny color using 2 strings, and I thought that maybe like double Sunday will match the gauge. But I say before, I bought only one skein to try, because I also have the baby merino from the drops in this pink color. The pink is really on my mind right now, let me say. It's such a vibrant and live color. It's spring. We will have the sakura blossoming near our house this spring, so I'm just waiting for all the spring atmosphere. I'm a little bit tired from winter and the grumpy state of my mind. So I have this yarn in a sweater amount of quantity, but I haven't planned to knit a whole sweater with just this yarn, because I also bought another colors of this yarn to make the stripy sweater. I wanted stripy sweater for a long time, and I'm just wondering, will I do it like bold stripes in this kind of way, or will I mix it in some kind of scrappy yarn style, so that I can have a different size of stripes. Maybe some of them will repeat itself, some of them not, and that will create this funky designer look piece. I'm aware that the superwashed yarn is very stretchy and maybe too stretchy for the bigger pieces as sweaters or something, so I will pair in it with these creamy kid silk mohair from the drops. I already swatched these two together, and this was a very sweet and like ice cream colored way, so I'm waiting to do this project. I guess it will be my spring project, and this sweater won't be so warm as another that I have on my needles right now. One of the last fabric that I will be talking about today is this Arvetta Filsolana yarn that I saw in a podcast of Italian knitter. Francesca used this nice grayish brown color for her Oslo sweater in combo with teal mohair from Filsolana. So I decided that buying Filsolana mohair will be too expensive, I guess, for this project. But I really find the combo that she gets and the fabric that she gets from this combo really attractive. I have searched for this kind of cold brown for a long time, and if I have found it before I've started my Oslo sweater with that caramel color from Camarosa, maybe I will be more satisfied with the result, because the colors suits me better. But there is one thing that I'm not quite sure with this combination, because this is kid silk mohair from the drops, and it's in color beige. It looks nice together, but the deal is that fabric that its combo creates not quite plain, and you can see this lighter color strings in the fabric, and I'm not sure if I'm satisfied with this. Sometimes I found this kind of fabric a little bit greenish and not so modern. I'm not sure what I will be needing with it, because I saw one polo neck t-shirt from Petit Knit with sparkly buttons, but I'm not kind of that polo girl, so maybe I will be knitting one of her newest cardigans, that one in fisherman rib or its brioche stitch, you know, that same squishy texture. Then I can knit a bralette to combine with that cardigan. That kind of combo was really on top previous season, and I guess it will look nice if you will have the plain knitted bralette and in the same kind of yarn and the color you will have this textured cardigan. Nice combination and good idea. And the last and not least is my package that I get from Men's Tammy, again, the Sandnes Garn reseller in Poland. And the colors are so magnificently beautiful. I just can't describe it to you, especially that orange color. It's the super neon-y electric orange, much more brighter than you can see in the that I can see in the viewfinder. It's such a bold color, and I thinking that the summer will be brilliant season for the orange, or this kind of combination. It's the same pink 4626. It's not that kind of bright pink that Borsted Alpaca is in it, but it's still quite bright and matches the orange quite well. And now I'm not sure what I will be doing with it, and I'm not that brave person that can wear such bold orange color by itself, so it needs to be in companion with something. Maybe I can do the bright orange and the neckline can be in pink, I don't know. Or maybe I will do some plain sleepover or tank top or t-shirt. I don't know. In this moment I just can't decide what to do with it. But if you have any suggestions for this combo, because I want it to pair together, please let me know. The last in this package you can spot this gorgeous limey color. It's so beautiful that I just can't describe. Well, it looks the same on the camera, I guess. It suits me very well. I think that colder color suits me better than the warm one, and this is colder, I think so. When I was buying this yarn, I have something on my mind actually. So when there was the winter sale in Massimo Dutti, they have this kind of cardigan t-shirt with the golden buttons, boxy fit and short sleeves, in kind of banana yellow color, but I didn't manage to buy it because they were sold out in my size. So I screenshotted that position, and I will be recreating that for sure. I just was searching for the perfect yarn for it, and I guess this lime green is just unbelievable alternative for the banana yellow. I have like 7 skeins of this, and I'm thinking that I can record the process of creation that shirt also. Will it be interesting? What do you think? So this is my plans. I guess this will be my next project after that pink bralette, because I really want to have that shirt. I think that I can manage it. I believe in myself. And just let me know what do you think about it. Okay? And now I can totally say that I show you all that I want. I hope this video will get on YouTube someday, and I hope I will be satisfied with it, because the previous attempts was disaster, and now I feel like I needed some time just to cooperate with camera and not be that uptight. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you have some suggestions, please let me know, and please be kind to myself and in the comments below. I believe in you, I believe in this knitting community, and have a nice day. Bye bye!